guests. My name is Christy Kaler, and I'd like to welcome you to the Southern Precinct of the Harford County Sheriff's Office. The weather has held out for you today, riders, so that's fabulous. It's a little overcast, but no rain. We won't keep you long. We just wanted to be sure to properly thank all of you for being here and for continuing on this ride year after year in honor of our fallen heroes. I'd like to introduce to you this morning our Sheriff, Jeffrey Gaylor.
Good morning, and just to echo Christy's comments, I'd like to thank the riders in this year's tour for remembering our fallen heroes. Everyone knows the tragedy that we suffered on February 10th here in Harford County, and what you do in this ride is what we're going to do, not ever forget the fallen heroes. And we have 7 fallen heroes in Harford County Sheriff's Office. We have 4 of the families with us today: the Liccato family, the Lockridge family, the Logston family, and Pat Daly's family. Welcome to Harford County. Welcome to the Southern Precinct on behalf of the 600 men of the Harford County Sheriff's Office, and on behalf of our families of our fallen heroes. And I would like to now introduce Ms. Jennifer Logston, Mark Logston's wife, to the podium.
Thank you, Sheriff. It's been 3 months since the lives of our family were shattered by a senseless act of violence. My husband, Senior Deputy Mark Logston, was brutally murdered on February the 10th by a mentally disturbed man. Mark is now known as a hero for giving up his life to save the lives of others, including the suspect's family. Mark was always my hero from the day we started. Mark and I were together 12 years. Throughout our relationship, we had our ups and downs like most couples do, but we never gave up. We both were too stubborn, too committed, and too much in love to quit. And Mark always knew how to make me laugh, which usually irritated and upset me a little bit more. He had a free spirit and a smile that could lighten the darkest rooms in an instant. We would have been married 7 years this June. Mark was starting to plan our retirement, hoping I could transfer or find another job in South Carolina or Georgia so he could become a house husband and work on a golf course where he could live for free. We also were starting to look at property in Miami to be close to our youngest daughter, Megan. Together we shared 3 beautiful children, Megan, Bethany, and Darren, and I recently had the pleasure of welcoming our first granddaughter, Aubrey Grace, to our family. He was proud of all 3 of his children just as we were proud of him. As a family, we enjoyed trips to Deep Creek Lake where we were married and cruising the Caribbean, whether it be for a short weekend excursion or for a longer trip to a more exotic location. Those times and events are forever etched into my memory. Mark left patrol to join community policing 7 years ago for a less stressful, more flexible work environment to support the needs of our family. It was a relief for me, as even though he still wore the uniform, my perceived level of danger was reduced, as he was no longer making traffic stops or answering calls for service. You can imagine my disbelief and shock when I received the news. Megan, Bethany, Darren, Mark's parents, Pat and Debbie, his sister Ricky, and I are slowly coming to grips with the events of February 10th and what it means for our family moving forward. 3 months later, there is not a day that goes by that we don't ask why. There's not a day that goes by that we do not ask what if. There is not a day that goes by that we do not think about what we should have said or should not have said to him in the days prior to his death. 3 months later, I still pick up my phone to send him a text and look forward to seeing him when I get home, only to realize that it's not possible. I know I will never forget that day, where I was and what I was doing when everything unfolded. That being said, we would like to thank those family members, friends, and strangers that unselfishly provided prayers and support to our family during this horrific time. The outpouring of love and kindness from the community, state, and nation was and continues to be overwhelming. Your letters, cards, and hugs has brought tears to our eyes, but has also given us strength. Furthermore, I cannot express enough appreciation to Governor Hogan for taking the time to visit both families immediately following the tragedy, attend both funerals, and make them both unique and memorable. Sheriff Gaylor, his command staff, the Harford County Deputy Sheriff's Union, and the entire Sheriff's Office. There are no words to express how grateful we are for your support. Even today, I still have members checking on me. Senior Deputy Marty Hapa, you were one of Mark's best friends. You are now one of my best friends, and you are considered my adopted brother. Thank you for trying to keep me straight and focused, prepared for the numerous activities, and always having plenty of aloe tissues on hand. Thank the chairs from Mountain Christian Church and Holly McComas from McComas Funeral Home. You both made planning and preparation exceptional with your desire to know our family and what was important to us. And the entire Harford County community and businesses, all I can say is thank you. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. Mark's death, although tragic and senseless, has brought the community together for the good, which is much needed in the current state of our nation and the disrespect for law enforcement. I never thought I would be standing here before you today under these circumstances. And although our lives will never be the same, I hope and pray we continue to work together as a community, state, and nation to respect those that are here to protect us. Regardless of what some may think, law enforcement officers put their lives on the line daily to protect everyone, no matter what sex, religion, economic status, or race. My life has been given new perspective, not by choice, on what really matters. While I still have not figured out my new normal, I now focus on spending time with my loved ones, making sure nothing goes unsaid, relaxing, having fun, not overthinking everything, cherishing every day, and trying to smile more, which right now seems like an impossible task some days. While our lives will never be the same, our memories will live on, and gradually our tears will turn to smiles as we reminisce about our good times we spent with Mark. And to you, Mark, from our wedding song by Rascal Flatts, I thank God every day for blessing the broken road that led me straight to you. Thank you.
Just real quickly, the motto for the police unity tour is we ride to remember. We also ride to honor our fallen. We ride to remember them. But in my 12 years of doing this, one of the things I've noticed is that we not only do this for those officers, it helps our officers recover. And we want you as survivors to know that we will never forget. We will be here for you, and we will never forget your loved ones. That's it.